Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley. I'm a new Patreon member and subscriber to Tara's channel, and my topic, borderline personality disorder, won the poll this week. I've been on the affected side growing up around loved ones with borderline personality disorder, and it really shaped the person I am today. My hope today is to bring some healing, release, and open up to the spiritual side of those experiences of mine. I hope it also brings some healing to anyone else that needs it today. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, who am I speaking with today?
Well, Ciel, I'm back.
Hello, good to see you again today. Thank you for speaking with us. Let me ask, for those that don't know, what dimension do you reside in and what's your polarity?
Seventh dimension, positive polarity.
Thank you. From both a 3D and spiritual perspective, can you describe borderline personality disorder?
Yes, my pleasure. It is not a disorder. It is merely a confliction. But even in all these situations, that's all it is a situation. Neither good nor bad, but an understanding. So to answer your question, it is a mixture of course, in this realm, the ego, the humanness, and one's soul, infinite. So here you have finite and infinite, seemingly at odds with one another. But the infinite is not at odds with the finite. It merely wishes to express itself in all its multifaceted forms. The finite, however, wants one singular form, one singular identity. And so it fights. It fights to have that identity, but it struggles to pick just one, for the soul is showing it a multitude, an infinite number of quote unquote personalities. They are not personalities, but rather energies. But the finite is looking to put them into labels and boxes, and so it dubbed them personalities, trying to pick one. Which is me? Which is me in this moment? And so it is a struggle of who is at the helm. Is it the soul or is it the humanness?
Razel, can you tell me the light and the shadow aspect of living with borderline personality disorder?
Yes. Let us start with the shadow aspect. When we see what you might say your loved one struggling to find their identity, swinging through their moods in anger, frustration, sometimes complete joy, trying to understand what is happening, utilizing their five senses to understand something that is infinite, eternal. And so they struggle, struggling, devolving deeper and deeper into the ego, into the 3D realm, trying to push away that which is eternal, trying to deny its very essence. The people who are surrounded by these loved ones who suffer, as they say, they want them to find happiness. So they feel that happiness is within one personality, one human being, one being with five senses. You are my mother or my father, my brother, my sister, my friend, my coworker. Be one, for I feel more comfortable with that as well. My own ego, my own humanness. All beings on this planet strive to become something, whether it's something of someone else's choosing or something that they have found for themselves to become. they say. I am becoming this. And so when they see someone struggle with this back and forth, they feel the own struggle within themselves. And so they project their own frustrations, their own sadness, and finding who they really are in this journey. But perhaps there isn't one really are. Perhaps there is an infinite really ours, who you really are.
Thank you. And Razel, can you explain the light side? Is there a light side?
Yes, of course. So let us go back to one that you may say is afflicted with this disorder. Although I would not use this term, but I understand the term. And the light side, the soul is gaining so much information, but so is the ego, the humanness. Both are learning, both are expanding. The human aspect, the three-dimensional aspect, is being shown something that it was not programmed to understand: infinity, eternal, godliness, God itself, being presented infinite number of possibilities, timeline. And so it too is struggling to understand while at the same time claiming only one self. So it is learning. The infinite self is also learning. What is it like to struggle in this way? What is it like to pick just one aspect, one fragment of myself, perhaps my human self, or my Andromedan self, or my Pleiadian self, or a self yet discovered outside of this universe? And it is not a good or bad, but it understands this as frequency, as feeling, and there is growth in this, but also for the people who surround those who are afflicted. At some point, many will say, I have tried and tried with my five senses to cater to this person, aid this person, relieve them of their suffering. And at some point, a coming back to the soul is required. And so there is growth all around.
Okay, thank you. In my soul contract, um, uh, sorry, let me start over. Um, I was born to a family with a parent that had BPD and a sibling that had BPD. Can you confirm this? And also, was this a part of my soul contract? And has that been completed, that experience? Or is there more to it now?
Yes, but I want to come back to this word contract. But remember that all of my point of view, perception, is merely from my realm and my experience. I cannot speak for all realms. But from my perception, there are no contracts, only what we intend as we incarnate into a new lifetime. And so, me being an aspect of you, wish to understand your own infinite nature. And so the souls, one who became your mother and another soul who became your sister in this particular lifetime, agreed and said, I will help you, Ashley, to see through your mission, your path, to come back to your infinite self. And in the meantime, I too will understand what it means to be infinite, what it means to have my finite self, and that is okay, and what it means to be eternal, and that too is okay. And we will all learn together. And so, to continue with the rest of your question, you are right where you are meant to be. Your mother, your sister, right where they are meant to be. And you, at first, possibly projecting your own frustrations and sadness at what you witness, are starting to understand that that is just that. It is a projection of your own sadness. And so you have come back within, come back to your own soul, seeing it in all its light and all its aspects, and trying to connect to the soul of your mother, the soul of one who is your sister, instead of the five senses that is your mother, the five senses that is your sister. I'm not saying we should ignore our humanness. Otherwise, why would we have come here in the first place if not to be human? But you are right where you are meant to be.
Thank you. Was I guided to Tara? Um, and if so, why was I guided to Tara, and what role is she meant to play in my journey?
Yes, an aspect of her soul recognizes an aspect of your soul, and vice versa. It's like coming into a city and looking through, you no longer have them, your phone books, and recognizing a name. My friend is in this city. I will give him or her a call. And that is what you did. You gave her a call through the soul. And for now, you guys are connected, the two of you, friends, helping each other on your journey. Perhaps this connection will not last for ages and ages, but is a connection that is needed for now. Tara, understanding what it means for her channeling, what it means for her own mission, to help herself, but also to help others. For she has been struggling with this at the moment, but also to help you. I would not say that one soul knows more than the other, but that you have equal knowledge to share. And so you are both guided to each other. And in that you are learning, you with your help at this particular time, and for her what she needs, as both of you would be somewhat at sea, waiting for the ship to come by. Help me find my true north. And that is where you are. You are happy, and I know she is happy that you have found each other in this present moment. Do not look to the future, but just look at how you are aiding one another at this moment.
Thank you. And uh, Razel, are you one of the main guides helping me heal my past and helping me with my relationships?
Yes, for I am best equipped in my realm to understand that there is no past, there is no future, there is only now. Oftentimes, I cannot speak for all beings, but oftentimes, perhaps for yourself and those closest to you, our suffering is from our past. What was? Does that make me who I am now? Does this mean that it is a repeating pattern forever? What does this portend for my future? And so we suffer in the present. And so I am helping you in this present moment to do just that. Be present. Think of the past and the future as a dream. We wouldn't beat ourselves up because of a dream we had.
Thank you. Do you have a final message for Tara, myself, and anyone else that needs healing and releasing from this topic?
Yes, understand that when we label someone with the word disorder, it doesn't matter what the disorder is or the illness is, that once it has been labeled, there is a switch that happens in everyone's logos, everyone's ego. All of a sudden, we might view this person either consciously or subconsciously as broken, that there is something wrong with them. And because there is a stigma with having something wrong with oneself, having to be broken, that we run away. We are fearful of this. I do not wish this to happen to me. I do not want to be labeled as broken, as having a disorder or an illness. And so we create separation from ourself and the other instead of understanding that they are merely going through something that their soul and their humanness is trying to understand. And what they're going through has no bearing on who I am as a person. However, I could learn from their journey, and I will do my best through what I know in my journey thus far to help them. And in this, we create connection instead of division. It is them and it is us. It is
Thank you
their
so much.
brokenness and my wholeness. So they are whole. They are merely trying to understand something in this lifetime. There are no broken people. There are no broken animals. There are no broken trees. Everything is whole. We merely learn in different ways.
Thank you so much for speaking with me today. We'll be in touch, I'm sure.
Of course. Wow. Wow. That was I think a better connection than last time. Oh, for while I get my scruples together, for those who are gonna be watching this, we did this channeling once before when I was visiting we were visiting friends up in California, beautiful place, Idlewild. Um, and it did not record. However, the messages I believe that came through, they were for Ashley. And this time, the messages that came through, I believe, were for me, for Ashley, and for everyone else, in the collective, those who watch it, and for the collective consciousness itself. But the connection felt so much stronger, so much easier. Maybe because I had channeled it already before. So yeah. What did you think?
I felt that way when I was coming up with the questions this time also.
Mhm,
I had different questions to come up. It felt, it came to me smoother. I was more confident in asking these like questions, and I was confident in just felt the love from the first video, almost like
mhm,
I was encouraged to get a little more personal.
mhm.
And I don't think I would have otherwise. So it was nice.
And so I think that that's how it was meant to be. And something that I told Ashley last time we were talking was that the more that we ask our personal questions and share more of our personal journey, the more we realize that there are other people, even if we don't know who those people are or where they are, there are other people who have those same questions and share those same aspects, because we're all one. And so, we may think, well, my nobody else is going to have my question. Well, there are billions of people on this planet. Somebody else has your question, so I thank you, Ashley, so much for coming back and coming back again.
Yes, of course. This was great. Anytime.
So thank you. And although I don't remember your questions, what I remember is always visual. So I always remember like whatever leftover thinking or memory or feeling that the energy is having. So it was like, again, I felt that very pink rose quartz, but rose quartz that I don't know, has a good solid like tiger eye foundation. Like I will present what my version of truth is. But at the same time, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, So, but doing it in a way that I think that kind of puts our guard down so that we're more accepting of the messages. Um, wow. So thank you so much. And if you, my listeners, watchers, homies out there, would love to do what Ashley has done and so many of you wonderful people have done before, then just email me, Tara at kittensweightsandtarot.com, or you can find me on the Instagrams, however you feel about the Instagrams, at at Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. I look forward to many more channeling sessions, different people, but I love having people to come back. So I would love if Ashley came back for maybe some future topics. If she's
Sure,
willing.
absolutely. Yeah, because we're like soul friends right now, apparently.
Oh, I remember that. I remember seeing the white pages, like an old white pages. I felt like I was at my house growing up and I felt like I was looking for Ashley's name. And I was like, oh my gosh, she goes to school here.
That's so wild. I love that. Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I can't wait to rewatch this. All right, you guys.
Same.
I will catch you all later. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have future channeling topics, if you would like to be a guest interviewer, or you have some questions. So put that in the comment section down below. If you got something else completely different from this channeling, or you have gotten some similar messages or varying, whatever it is, put it in the comment section. Let's all have a discussion so that we all can learn together. All right, so I will catch you spiritual homies later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.
Bye, guys.